Checking out the film was dragging. I think it's fixed now. And then our motel, Devani Caravel in Athens. That's April 6th, 1997. Finally we're outside. This is from the roof garden at the Devani Caravel Hotel. And this is our view of Athens from that location. As I said before, it's April 6, 1997. A little cool out. And today we had spent the whole day in Platka and the flea market. This is from inside in the swimming pool on the top of the hotel. And this is the other side of Athens. And there's the Acropolis. And further on in the background is the water. This is the Platka of the old town, and it's raining, and it's Monday morning. And we're heading down to Hadrian's Gate. We're still down in the Platka, the old town. The Acropolis is just to my left, and up on the hill. This is all the eating areas, shops.
Στερημένοι είστε, στερημένοι, πανηγυρίστε όσο μπορείτε.
And there's the Acropolis and Parthenon over to the right. Here is the start of the Acropolis. We'll be up here tomorrow. The other end of this street, we're down at the lower end of Old Town. And we'll pan 180 down. And down there at Hadrian. Now on the other side of the arch, and we're looking west. Again, the Acropolis through Hadrian's Arch. And then behind me some more old-time ruins. Traffic's heavy on Monday morning and raining. You can see the columns on the ground, and they'll be attempting to restore some of those. And the Hotel Devani Caravel is over in that direction. This is where we ate yesterday. The place was so packed they couldn't even move on Sunday. And this is Monday. In the morning, not too many people. Rain's letting up a little bit. But again, we have all of these areas. Big center for restaurants in here. And then the shops just continue, go on and on and on. And this, again, this is the Plata, which is the old town of Athens. Now we're down the other way. And again, now the Acropolis is up in the background and up and to the right. This is the cathedral down in Plata. And we were in there yesterday, checked out the Sunday morning Mass. This is the true flea market in the area. And then we went in yesterday, wall-to-wall pizza. It kind of goes for quite a ways. And this is right outside the flea market. And they're doing some restoring. And it's in the Roman Forum area. Now we're a little closer to the Acropolis, a couple blocks from the flea market area. And you can see the reconstruction going on top. Now we are in the Roman the Forum area. This is some of the old ruins. You can see the puzzle left. He's trying to restore this whole area. Again, they're reconstructing more of a big puzzle. This is the ancient Agora below the Acropolis.
Oh, sono insieme a lei. Oh, cazzo di stare registrando? No, no. Oh.
This is Monday morning coffee here. Actually, yesterday again, it was, couldn't even move in here. And another alley down the flea market. Hardly anyone here. Another end of the flea market. Again, there's hardly any people here. Relatively new cathedral, 1893. Very small. This is the Acropolis again, and I'm outside. It's on the top of the Devani Caravel Hotel. And it's overcast and a little bit rainy.
That the guards change every hour on the hour. 2 guards marching down are changing with 2 guards standing outside. Very good timing. And it was used in 1896 for the first Olympic Games after the revival, the first modern games. So it was built entirely of marble, white marble, and it is the only one marble stadium in the world for 70,000 spectators. They give plays, they give concerts, ballet performances. We invite very famous artists, singers, or dancers, and they perform right here. And they start end of June, July, August, September. And if we weather is still good, October. But for 3 months...
This is a little different shot of the stadium. This is where Yanni gave his presentation. And Athens background.
To show you a few things from here. That's why I'm waiting for the others. This is Odeon, the Odeon of Herodes at Crisium.
Right here.
Okay. Hello, lady.
Is this towards
Wait.
Sorry.
Down there is my...
This is from on top of the Acropolis, just below the Parthenon.
More things, because there were more excavations.
There's the Greek flag,
Now here I would like
and
to
this is
show
the
you
Parthenon. They are doing some reconstructive work. It's windy, cold.
and no staircase. The date of this one, staircase is 14 or 1300 before Christ. And
This was built about the 5th century BC. It's Olympic Stadium. Again, that's when they used it. It was about 1897, first modern Olympics. And down here is the Hadrian's Gate, the temple of, I think it's Athena, Zeus. And then we pan on down into an ancient amphitheater. And then the puzzle of all of the stones, marble. Okay, we're on top of the Acropolis. And that's the Parthenon. That's a temple of dedicated to Zeus and Poseidon. And then we scan the Athens again. That's the north. We're panning around to the east side. The highest hill of the seven, St. George's Cathedral up there. Carol Devani is down that way. And again, the Olympic Stadium. Adrian's Gate. And I believe that again is the Temple of Zeus. And that is the one of the best restored temples there. The Roman Forum is down there. And that is the flea market. On Sunday. And down here is all the market. Looks a little different on the there we go. Another shot of the Parthenon. And again the temple of Poseidon and Zeus. That's the marble tiles, the wood supporting structures, fascia that they had in the roof of the Parthenon. That's the most famous hill in Athens, St. Paul. Spent some time and there's Lois. Windy and cold. Changing in the guard. And the Syntagma Center. It's the main building right behind us. Crazy great traffic. is the canal that connects the Ionian Sea, which is the direction we're looking at, to the Aegean Sea. And it is pretty deep and narrow. This, of course, isolates the southern half of the peninsula of Greece.
We're coming to the sun.
This is the Acropolis at Corinth, and we're on the west. Corinth was two cities, west and east. And this is on the west, on the Ionian Sea. This is the ruins of the old city of Corinth.
Ancient Corinth. First event was the Greek city, which was the most important city. Then the second event was the destruction by the Romans and the rebuilding of the new city. And finally,
The Roman era,
we have in 49
about
after Christ,
200
the arrival
This thing just goes off.
we found a large
Temple of
Jewish
Apollo
community,
in Corinth.
which was they numbered about 20,000. He stayed there. He lived, yes, about Paul. He lived with the Corinthians 18 months. In the meantime, he had met Priscilla and Aquila, who had come from Rome, they were Christians. And he lived with them, he taught them.
That's the little small columns in front are the Corinthian columns. They were developed right here in Corinth. And I'll scan, and again there's the Temple of Apollo in a couple hundred years BC. And those are limestone columns, not marble. So they're all one solid piece columns. And there they restored a shop, and this whole square used to contain all of these shops. It's the altar of sacrifice, which has in front of it. And this raised area here is the Bema. And this is a very important area, as Paul talked about this in the book of Acts. Bema means raised area. And this is where the leaders would stand and talk to the people. And again, that is the altar sacrifice, all animal sacrifice, no human. And that's our guide. Again, it's the Acropolis in the background. Paul had started the first Christian church in Corinth. Small ruins in Corinth.
Now the third level was this one. And this was, I should say, the most important part of the whole marketplace. And to the other side of it, the east side. So here we see one part, the paved road. Now on either side of the avenue, either side
Dino, da dove usciti? Perfetto.
This is the public toilets.
down there.
You can see the holes over there in the back.
I want to go and investigate.
Some of the Corinthian columns, what's left of them. And these would have been shops back in the early days. And then down here is some red poppies. And then again up to Acropolis. And there's Lois. It's the Ionian Sea from Corinth. And that's the large plain, agricultural area. And then we scan over here into the high mountains. You can see the snow in the background. The Acropolis at Messina.
As they could not explain what kind of human labor was this, to cut the quarry stones from the nearby quarries, which were 7 miles away. They quarried the stones there and they brought them here to build the walls, and they shaped them to build those perfect walls, as you see. So they imagined of the Cyclops.
Now we're inside the
We are not going up there. Of course not, because it's very slippery.
looking out the gate. On the right was a hole for the guardhouse. In there.
The wall, you see, was built afterwards when they finished the excavation, just to support the stones, yes, and the dirt from falling into the graves.
Okay.
Now we call it Royal Circle Grave because it is a circle actually. It is surrounded by a double wall. You see the wall here. The wall, we don't know exactly the reason of this wall. Theory is that this wall was used as a promenade for those who wanted to walk around the graves. Instead of walking on the graves, which were filled with dirt and covered, above the graves they had gravestones. Each gravestone was a flat square stone like this with a relief decoration. Those are in the National Museum today. But this double wall was a promenade for those.
And that's the plane from here on the Acropolis. Again, we're inside. There's a partial wall. And again, now I'm just outside of the gate and panning again in the background. And there's Lois. And our crew right down there.
Because here we have the best preserved beehive tomb. And this beehive tomb, as you see in the outside, was hewn out in a hill, and inside was faced in stones. There were stone walls all over it. And as soon as you get inside, you have the feeling that you are inside a beehive.
This is the Acropolis from the Beehive Tomb the guide was just talking about. That's where we were. This is from inside the beehive.
This has been the tomb of the member and his whole family. But as nothing was found, we cannot prove it. It's like you're stepping into
From the top down, probably won't show once it's dark. This is the amphitheater
Huh?
at Epidaurus, right? The amphitheater at Epidaurus.
Can't get it all in. At least I can.
Well, I got it all in there.
Did ya?
Yeah, I got that little group right there.
Oh! So that those panoramic cameras would be really handy.
And this is from up quite a ways. The Epidaurus. It's the best preserved theater in Greece. She said it holds 16,000. We still get plays in this area. This is at a rest stop on the way to Delphi. And now you can see the snow on the mountain. It's at about the highest mountain in the area, 6,000. We just crossed one of the larger plains. It used to be a large lake. Very high agricultural area in Greece. This is a small Greek village up in the, they call the Greek Alps. Very beautiful city. Goes back to the 16th century. From there. And as you can see, it's built on a steep hillside. And we're at a little elevation, but we passed the highest mountain in the area, which I said before is about 6,000 feet. They're still skiing. Here's a little better shot of the town. And then a sweep down into the valley. This is the village. The name is Castalia. Castalia, Greece. This is Delphi. And our small group is heading up. 500 BC. It's claimed to be the center of the world.
Say they could hit the very part of the top of the weather.
I'm just above the temple at Delphi. And the theater is behind me. This is the remains of the Apollo temple. And you can see the beautiful valley in the background.
Exactly what I was thinking.
And this is up another step higher up from the theater. Just a little bit better view. And the beautiful valley. And we're in the amphitheater. It's quite a bit smaller than the one we saw yesterday. It's still well preserved. And up over the hill is the stadium. Again, this is Delphi. And the Temple of Apollo. So, here's some more of the ruins just below the main part of Delphi. And a little lower in the valley. It's 11th of April, 1997. I'm from our 6th floor balcony from our hotel in Athens. And that's Syntagma Square. And that's the main square in Athens, central part of Athens. And on the road we're doing a lot of construction. And of course we're right by the clock that starts about a block away. On this road we're doing a lot of construction. Buses cannot even get in. Small vans. It's the 11th of April. We just left the port of Athens. Oh, about an hour ago.
You're right.
And some of the islands coming up. We'll be following them. Mykonos is about 90 miles from Athens. And there's an airliner coming into the port of Athens. And there's Lois sitting in there. We're going to get some dinner. We're about an hour away from Mykonos right now, and this is some of the islands getting down. You can see it's hazy. Lifeboat. And in the haze, that's the island of Mykonos. That's where we'll be heading later on this evening. Get off about 5:30 and 6.
You don't even know what that is.
One of the Greek islands.
Okay.
Did they? Did they? Finally made it on shore, and this is the one of the small churches that's left. And then out in the harbor, it's our ship. And there's a tender coming in. This is the small areas in Mykonos. Vendors. We're heading to the church.
Attention, vous mettez juste dans le dessus. Is this finished?
No,
Take the last one.
I'll get and here's the windmills on the hill. Mykonos. And again, our ship is in the background.
Which way do you would go back? Oh, right through here.
See a small Christian church there.
Go back this way.
And there's some fishermen out there hoisting in. And again, our cruise ship. And the windmill. It's April 12th, and we're coming into the port of Rhodes, and we don't have the tender today, we just have directly. And it's about 7:30 in the morning.
Señoras y señores, el embarque para la excursión al Lido comenzará dentro de 15 minutos. No olviden de recoger su ficha de desembarque de la sala de carta en la cubierta ERA y también su fotocopia del pasaporte y billete de la excursión. Rogamos a todos.
Dress the whole thing with city colors. Remember that everything is city here. Towers, turrets, mushrooms, gates. The gates with the 15th century.
There's the cannons. And the fort.
Lighting, kids, downtown, the night all buildings in the area were destroyed and they can solve the tree.
Turkish baths. 200-year-old facility. Still in use. And this is a mosque. Road. Battery went dead on me this morning. This afternoon, thought recharged. Well, it was overcast. And it had been raining. Very old building. Used as a library now. It's one of the very old streets. Originally 400 BC. And it used to be about twice as wide in here. Another narrow street.
Η πιο τούμπα που γίνει ήταν εκεί στο μπάσκετ, θυμάσαι.
True cobblestone streets here. Houses and scooters. Very well preserved. Bill's favorite language in the background. And that's one of the old churches. Got damaged in the, I think they said the '87 earthquake. Part of the old wall. You can tell with the red tile between the stones. And then down at the bottom are the balls that are used back in their old catapults. They pan up there. And that's the church. This is Rhodes Harbor. You can see the old medieval wall. Very well restored old city. And it's about 5 o'clock. We'll be taking off at 6 and heading for Turkey, Kusadasi. And that's our cruise ship, the Olympic. And we're in the starboard side, the other side of Olympic. It's the 13th of April, and about 7 in the morning. And this is the port, we're coming up with the port of Kudik. Kushadasi. And then from there we'll go into Ephesus. And it's overcast, about 54 degrees. And now we're coming into the harbor. Okay, we just took the bus right into Ephesus and we're starting into the ruins here.
Built about 300 years before Christ by Lysimachus, who was one of the generals of Alexander the Great. It was built between Mount Coressos and Mount Pion, along the valley and down around the bay. The city was built according to a city plan, which was still used. Nowadays we call it as the grid system. It was dedicated to the goddess of hearth. She was called as Hestia in Greek and Vesta in Latin. Remember the Vestal Virgin? As you know, they were selected from outstanding families. It was an honor to be selected. So they used to take these little girls from the ages of 7 and they...
And down in the valley, that used to be in ancient times, the Aegean Sea came in that far.
It is nice.
When we discussed
Parmi les 80 000 qui vivaient dans la et les Éphésiens qui étaient des gens énormément civilisés, qui n'étaient pas habitués à ces gens d'actes, qui étaient barbares, ils ont commencé à ne pas supporter ce genre d'événements. Ils ont envoyé un courrier à la ville de Rome pour demander les pleuros, parce que c'est la victoire.
Number 8. Here we are. Underneath the pediment originally stood a colossal statue of the emperor. And then you see the foot there. You see the foot? Do you all see it? It gives you an idea about the size of it. Next to the foot, you notice the round thing, the globe. And under it, there's an inscription which says, Trajan the Holy, conqueror of Dacians and Germanicus. Dacians were cities who lived in what we call Romania nowadays. Germanicus are Germans. But what he was trying to say is that he was the conqueror of the whole world, and that he had the earth right on his feet. Or foreigners.
This is the original mosaic.
Enjoy the civil rights of the citizens. And they used to live in the outskirts of the town, in mud brick huts, so nothing to make of their life. But they were always under within the city wall, where they had the best of the culture, and used them sorts of things that advanced from not through. At any place of Ephesus, this is where they lived. So what you see from here on used to be a residential area of the schools in those days. So everything you see today was done by slave labor. Now the keystone of the arch and the pediment belongs to the bust of a goddess called Psyche or Tyche. She was the goddess of justice, the goddess of fortune. And look on top of the wall in the back. See? Let's step down and you'll see it much better. On top of the wall in the back, notice there's a frieze. It's called the Procession of Dolls and Goddesses. If you look carefully, you will see that it's done symmetrically. Notice people
The latrines they used, very advanced.
That ran underneath the streets and drained out into the ocean. So that's why you don't hear epidemics like plague ever take place in this. And since they didn't have toilets in those days, what did people do? Down the trench here, in ancient times, they had clean water, running water, washing. And everyone had to carry a sponge. Okay. Now,
This is the site where I think the temple was. Paul did his speaking. And this is the library. And right behind me is the bordello. And that's the gate right there into the ancient agora of the marketplace. The bordello ran from here. All the way over to the cupola.
okay, let's
And this is the ancient theater in Ephesus. There's the stage.
What's that?
But you know, this is sort of close for lions. For lions to be brought in here, they could jump those walls.
The stage.
Now here's a good shot of the
Oh, wait, take your picture.
theater.
I don't know if